Moments with Kaylin. It's inspiring. Moments with Kaylin. Come on in. Hello everybody. I hope everyone has had an amazing Sunday. I hope everyone is doing great. I hope you are just enjoying being with your families and being able to have a great Sunday. I have enjoyed being able to just enjoy myself today, enjoy being with family, enjoy just being able to be alive and just having another Sunday to worship God and to do certain things. And I am just so glad that I can be on tonight, because I heard the service today with Pastor and it blessed me and it inspired me, because his topic was I will not leave you. That was the topic. And just going through the whole thing, just that whole topic about how God doesn't leave us in certain things that happen in our lives when changes happen and we are going through certain times where we're being tested and certain things going on. So that is my main focus for today, and I will go deeper into that in a minute. But like I always say, if you haven't already, please go follow my Kaylin's Caring Connection Facebook page. Please subscribe to the Kaylin's Caring Connection YouTube channel, and please go look at the Kaylin's Caring Connection website. On that website, you can go find everything that you need to know about me, my business, Inspiring Moments. You can go look at certain things. And on the YouTube channel, if you need to just get a word of encouragement, you need to look something up, go check it out. I promise you it'll help you, it'll bless you. I have so many videos from the past, so you can also see how I've grown just as a person, just as in getting getting better with my words and getting better with explaining things and certain things. So I am glad that I do have that to be able to look at. I am thankful to everyone who comes in, who is always watching, who is tuning in, who's always making comments, always liking and sharing. Thank you so much. I do see it and it doesn't go on lightly. And I thank you all so much. Again, like I said, I hope everyone has enjoyed their Sunday. I hope everyone has stayed safe and went by the precautions. Yes, this is a time that we're going through, but we're going to be okay, and we're going to make it through this. We're going to keep our faith. We're going to keep doing things. And as you've seen, if you have watched or if you haven't, I've just been doing certain videos leading up to certain things so they can connect with each other about everything that's going on in time, and just giving everyone an extra encouragement, because some people are feeling low right now and feeling sad or feeling doubtful of certain things that are going on. So I just want to be able to come on this video and encourage as many people as I can to be able to keep your faith and stay strong, know that God has our back and that He's going to keep us through this time. So if you haven't already seen the topic for today, my topic is it's time for transformation. And I got that. Like I said, I watched Pastor Superintendent Gerald Mandrell's message today at Life Changers, and he talked about, his topic was I will not leave you. And when he was talking about that, he was saying how God won't leave us in this time of testing and how certain things will happen. And he talked about how we go through changes, and sometimes we can't get a blessing from God because we're not willing to change and we're not willing to let Him do the work that He needs to do on us. So my topic is it's time for transformation. Transformation to me means changing, something that is going through a change, something that is just being renewed, something that's being restored, something that's being cleansed. But the real definition of transformation is a thorough or dramatic change in form or appearance. Transforming something is when you're taking it from one thing and making it another. I'm just making sure everyone understands what transformation means and everything. It's a change, and it doesn't happen in a slight minute. It's like anything in life. When you're getting older, it takes you a full year to get to another age. It takes time for you to evolve and for you to get into certain things. So you're not going to transform in a click of a button. Transformation does take time, and it does take certain steps. Real transformation requires real honesty. If you want to move forward, get real with yourself. During times when we need to change ourselves, we're not always honest with ourselves. We want to try to make up certain things. Well, this is happening. You try to make an excuse for a certain part of your life or a certain thing that's going on. But you know the reason for it. You just don't want to be real with yourself and honest with yourself. If you know something is not right about yourself and you're just being stubborn and don't want to change, that's you not accepting the real honesty and the real truth to everything that's going on. You have to be honest with yourself to check your own self. Don't allow other people to check you before you can check yourself. You should be able to know everything that you are going through, and you know all the things that you do. You know your own heart. So if you know you have something in your heart, or you're doing things that's not pleasing to God, or doing things that aren't honest, you need to change. It's time for transformation. I'm not saying you do it real quick, because it's going to take time. But you need to be honest with yourself. That's the first step to transforming yourself, is honesty. You have to be honest. And when you're going through certain things, when it comes to trying to change yourself, yes, it takes steps. Yes, it takes time. It's not always going to be easy. The wings of transformation are born of patience and struggle. You have to be, number one, patient with yourself. You have to be able to know that, yes, you want to change automatically, but you can't just do that at a snap of a button. You have to take time. You have to impart time and wisdom and strength into your own self. You have to reassure yourself certain things. It's going to take time. So you can't get aggravated at yourself or mad because you don't see the instant result. It takes time. You have to be patient. And number two, you're going to struggle. It takes time for you to learn certain things and to change. You may be used to a certain way. It's like if you develop a bad habit. The habit's not going to disappear right away. You have to slowly withdraw from that. For example, if you have a bad habit of biting your nails, you're not going to just automatically say one day, I'm going to stop biting my nails, and you stop. There's going to be times where you may be nervous, and you just sit there, you end up biting your nails. You have to take steps and take time to drift away. It takes time to change. You're not going to change overnight. God is giving us time through this whole pandemic and things that are going on. He's giving us time to look within ourselves, go through our whole heart and transform. Ask Him for help. Ask Him to cleanse us. Ask Him to help us. He's giving us time to do some soul searching and looking at certain things that we can do to better ourselves. He's not just sitting here and giving you this time for no reason. It's for a reason. Use it wisely. Like I said, it's time for transformation. Transformation is a journey without a final destination. It's a journey that you go on, because even when you are changing yourself, you don't just change yourself and stop. You evolve and you change certain things in your life. You may start off with one thing, and then you end up realizing that you need to change other things as well. It's a journey. It's gonna take time. You're not going to change with the snap of your finger. It takes time for you to do things. That's just like with developing a relationship with God. You can't just do it right off the bat. You can start and say you want to, but it's going to take time between you praying and you seeking Him and you reading His Word and getting a stronger and stronger relationship with Him that gets you closer and closer to God. It's going to take time for you to develop certain things. It takes time for you to change. Anything that you want in life, anything that you value in life, it takes time to work at it. We see certain things with people who graduate. It took them 12 years to get to college to graduate. We see it takes time. All the work, all the blood, all the sweat, all the tears. It may seem like it's nothing right now, but at the end, it will pay off. Everything happens for a reason, and everything we go through, everything that it takes us to get to certain places happens for a reason. It allows us to be able to transform and for us to be able to do certain things. It's not about being perfect. When it comes to changing, you do not have to be the perfect person, because no one is perfect except for Jesus and Himself. No one is perfect. It's about effort. And when you bring that effort every single day, that's where transformation happens. And that's how your change occurs. When you make an effort to say, I don't want to live like this, or I don't want to keep making the same mistake over and over and over, that's when you start to recognize that you're changing and you're trying to take a step to where you want to become better. Every time you see certain things in life, when they say, when you're giving, let's say if there's someone who is an alcoholic, the first step to admitting that you have a problem is admitting it. The first step to knowing you have a problem is acknowledging it yourself. You have to take that effort and that step to say, I see that I have a problem. I see that something's getting out of control and I need to stop that from happening. You have to first acknowledge it. You can't just expect it to change and you don't take the first step. You gotta meet God halfway. He's not gonna do everything for you. You have to make your own decision and your own step to say that I don't want to do this. I don't want to be this person. I don't want to keep going through the same challenges and same problems. You have to make that choice and that decision to transform, because that's how change occurs. It takes time and it takes effort. Like I said, I'm going to go back. The first step to transforming is being honest with yourself, knowing that you have a problem. And then you have to acknowledge that problem and be able to take the step to change it, putting forth effort. There's going to be certain things that we go through in life. Like right now, yes, there's certain things that we don't know what to say. We can't predict what's going to happen in the future. We see people dying, certain things. And they're not just dying because of the coronavirus. They're dying because of other certain things. There's things going on in life. You have the time right now to ask God to change you and to help you, because you don't know how much that could probably save your life. There's so many things going on in life, and it won't always be a pandemic. It may not even be coronavirus. God could be looking at you right now just to test your faith and to see, will you hold on to me or will you drift apart? He's using you right now to see if you're going to try to get closer to him or you're going to doubt and worry about everything that's going on right now. There's going to be problems. There's always going to be problems in the world. It's not just the big coronavirus or everything that everybody's talking about. Before this, people had problems in their life. Whether it was challenges, difficulties, everyone had problems. Now the thing is, we can choose to let them make us upset and make us think from a negative perspective, or we can make it into something positive. You see everything going on in the news, or seeing certain things about people dying consistently every day, but at the same time, when someone dies, someone else is getting better. You have to look at the positive aspects in every situation. You have to know that, yes, I see certain things going on. And you see everything that we're dealing with and everything that people are feeling worried about. But you have to know that it's going to be okay and we have God to help us. And in this time, like I said last week about us being able to accept that Jesus is here and that he needs us to be able to make some changes, this is the time to transform. There's things going on all around us, and we see other people being hurt or seeing other people this way or another. Our faith and our strength can help us be able to make it through these times. You don't have to rely on other things. God is here for you. He's ready to change you, to transform you. You have to take that step, like I said, and have effort to know that you need to make a change. Do a self-evaluation. See if you were in the same spot as the last time you did one. Or if you haven't already, now take the time to self-evaluate yourself and look at everything that you've done. Transformation is not 5 minutes from now. It's a present activity. In this moment, you can make a different choice. And these small choices and successes that build us up over time to help cultivate a healthy self-image and healthy self-esteem. Transformation, like I told you, a change does not happen right away. You're going to have to go through steps and certain things, and you have to do it consistently, because if you fall off, you may end up in the same place that you were. You have to consistently make the effort and the choice to say that I want to change and I want to be better and I want to go through certain things and be a better person overall. You have to make a different choice. You can't just be like everybody else, doing the same thing, living the life over and over that they know they're not supposed to live. We're different. We were all created differently. We were all created uniquely. We're not meant to be like everybody else. And if you're a believer of God, you're not meant to look like everybody else. You're meant to stand out for a reason. You're meant to do certain things and to make certain decisions in life that are going to help better you. We all go through certain things. And every small choice and every day you make that effort and that choice to say that I'm not going to live my life like this, or I want to change, or I want to better my life, that's going to help you build up your future. That's going to help you build up the person you want to be. That's going to help you get closer to the place that you want to be in. You have to take that step. You can't just expect God to do everything for you, because He's not. And one thing that I got today, or learned today just from another message, was that there are going to be things that are going to happen, and God's not going to just do everything for you. He's not going to sit here and just make blessings for you. Sometimes we're blocking our blessings because we're not allowing God to come into our life and to help us like He needs us to. We're not allowing Him to change us, to cleanse us, because we're too stubborn and we have too much pride to be able to let Him do that. You say you're close to God, but there's a true time where you'll get close to Him. I promise He will open the door for you. But if you're blocking the door that He's trying to open, how can He open it for you? You have to be able to know that God is here for you. He is doing certain things to help you, and you can't block Him. If you want to be changed, you meet Him halfway and allow Him to do the rest. Allow Him to change your life, but He can't do anything for you if you don't make an effort. I'll go back over it again. Like I said in the beginning, to transform, you have to be honest. Number 1. Number 2, you have to be able to have patience and know that you're going to struggle sometimes. Number 3, you have to know that it's going to be times where you don't know everything and you're not perfect. You have to put in effort every day to know that you're going to do certain things. And one thing about change and transformation, change leads to disappointment if it is not sustained. Transformation is sustained change, and it is achieved through practice. You have to practice being able to, when I say practice, I'm not saying consistently doing certain things. Practicing means making that effort every day to say that you want to do something. You're practicing what you preach. You can say you want to change, but if you don't make the effort to do it, then it won't happen. You have to be able to consistently practice and say that you want to change, that you want to be able to be a better person and do certain things. And we all can tell and see certain things in life. We can see right now what we're going through. We can see all these different problems we had before. And my thing is, I know this is not on the topic, but I see, if you are still living right now, if you are still breathing, nothing has harmed you, you have something to be thankful for. You have something to be able to thank God for being alive, to be healthy, to not be having to deal with being in the hospital or having heart problems. Even if you do have certain things that are going on with your body, you're alive, you're breathing, you're able to do some of the things other people can't. That is a reason to be thankful. Don't ever take it for granted how lucky we are, because we don't know how, not even me say lucky, like my mom said that word, blessed, how blessed we are. So many people, and it's not just because of the coronavirus. People are dying from everyday things, everyday illnesses that some of us have been healed from, or some different things that we just don't know about. The reason that you're alive, you never know when the day you may wake up and you may not be able to breathe again or be awake. So every day that you are alive, take the chance and tell God thank you for just being alive, being able to walk, being able to put your clothes on, put your shoes on. Other people can't do that. Other people just physically cannot do it. Be thankful. That's my main thing that I say all the time. Be thankful for certain things that you're doing, certain things that you may not think you can do, but God is allowing you to do. Every time something good or bad, anything that comes in your life that teaches you a lesson, thank God for it, because He didn't have to do it. He didn't have to teach you a lesson. He didn't have to help you learn from your mistake. Everything happens for a reason. And I'm gonna leave off by saying this. If you want to awaken, well, I'm using this example about how transformation helps. If you want to awaken all of humanity, then awaken all of yourself. If you want to eliminate the suffering in this world, then eliminate all that is negative in yourself. Truly, the greatest gift you have to give is that of your own self-transformation. If everyone in this world took the time to self-evaluate themselves, to take out the negativity, take out certain things that are happening, and to really focus on who they are and the real change they can make them themselves, I promise we can all do so much more together. We could be able to be a better world, because we all end up wanting to say, oh, we want to help other people do this and we want to help other people change. You can't help somebody change if you are still the same person you are and it's not good. If you are a bad person, you're letting all this negative stuff happen and allowing all this in your life, and you haven't truly done a self-evaluation of who you are, then how can you help somebody else wholeheartedly? How can you be able to be there and help somebody and allow them to change and help them to change? Because when we do things like that, we're helping them, but then some of our own ideas come in and we're not thinking of the greatest things and the greatest advice to give somebody because we're not in the right mindset. Sometimes we just need to be in a better mindset and do certain things to be able to get us to help other people. If we all took the time to self-evaluate ourselves, I think we could all be able to make a difference. And that, I'll probably say that is a challenge for this week for everybody. I challenge everybody to take the time to self-evaluate yourself, to be able to see, is there something I need to change about myself? Is there something going on, a friendship or relationship, something in your life that you don't need in your life, something that's causing you? And then take the time to ask God to help you, to forgive you, to cleanse you, to help you. Take the time this week, one day out of the week, or multiple days. Use this week to self-evaluate who you are and to be able to make that change. And that is all I really came on to say. I just want everyone to know that we are in a time in this whole space for a reason. We are given time to be alone, to be with our family, to not be able to go anywhere, to be able to spend time with others, and to be able to spend time with ourselves. To be able to search and change who we are if we need to change anything, and to be able to basically figure out everything going on in our life. We have time. Use your time wisely. Do everything that you need to do to help better yourself on a consistent basis, on a daily basis, and know that you can do anything you put your mind to. You can do anything that you want to do, and just know that you were created for a reason, and you were here to do what you have been placed on this earth to do. But before you can do that, you have to be able to self-evaluate yourself and see what is going on in your life. I hope everyone has a blessed Sunday. I hope you enjoy the rest of your week. For the kids, please make sure we stay on our work. I know we're not going back to school. Most likely, we're not going back to school for the rest of the school year. And this is my personal opinion, may not be everybody else's, but we have all the resources right now that we need at home. If you have the internet, if your teacher is telling you to do assignments on the internet, and they specifically tell you that you can use any resources, you have Google, you have certain things. If you don't understand something, you have places to look it up. We have the most I feel like, to me right now, this is the most easiest time for us to do any work, for me to be able to get stuff done, because it's just simple assignments. Make sure you know what you have to do for the week. If you need to set a planner, if you need to write down your stuff, I make sure, and you can ask my mom, but every day I make sure I write down my to-do list of what I have to do, check off everything as I'm going to make sure that I have everything done, because teachers, they're gonna look at these assignments. We may not be in school, but we still can do certain things. If you know you don't have that much to do in the week and you have time, complete your assignments early. Do the things you need to do, because yes, we're all home. We're gonna want to be able to play, do certain things, have our own free time, but get your work done first, please, because they're checking certain things and you don't want your grades to fall down. It's the last quarter. Your GPA still matters to get to the next grade. We may not be taking all the state tests, but we still have our GPA and our grades, and they're going to be looking at that to put us to the next grade. So be smart about your decisions. Make sure you're completing your work on time. I hope everyone enjoys their week. I hope everyone just is able to have fun with their families, get everything that they need to be done. I hope everyone has a productive week. And if the Lord says the same, I will be back on next Sunday. I love you all, and thank you for tuning in to Inspiring Moments with Kaylin. I love you all, and I hope you have an amazing night. Bye.